Indonesia has various cultures from its local ethnics. Each region has its different characteristics. Madiun is a city located in East Java. Its motto as Kota Gadis, Perdagangan, Pendidikan, dan Perindustrian, Universitas PGRI Madiun (Unipma) plays a major role to develop the quality of education both nationally and internationally. Universitas PGRI Madiun (Unipma) has achieved some awards, winning the awards of Top University Aku from Cooperative 7, getting institution accreditation B, winning national competition grants, and many more. Unipma has 2 postgraduate programs and 4 faculties for undergraduate program with 22 departments. Postgraduate program, Indonesian language and literature education, and social science education. Undergraduate programs, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Faculty of Health Sciences and Science, Faculty of Engineering, and Faculty of Economics and Business. To support students' activities and develop students' talents and creativities, there are also some students' activity centers: choir, band, theater, modern and traditional dance, karate, student regiment, and scout. In encouraging the smart and competitive alumni, Unipma also provides representative facilities, convenient classrooms, Campus 1, Campus 2, Campus 3, library, laboratories, micro-teaching and computer, sports center, language and culture center, Graha Cendekia, dormitory, gamelan room. Universitas PGRI Madiun (Unipma) commits to give learning-oriented education and student independence to develop their abilities and skills by organizing some activities such as national and international seminars.
Universitas PGRI Madiun and M.Pd.
Unipma, smart and competitive.
Dr. Faridah. Okay. Ibu Faridah is already on the cam.
Yes.
So, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start. Good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Lulus Irawati and I will be moderating this live paper session. This is the invited speaker session. And the speaker is TS Dr. Faridah Hanim Yahya from Universiti Pendidikan Sultan Idris, Malaysia. First of all, I have a few housekeeping notes. First, you are not allowed to log in or log out the FICON room and must coordinate first with the committee if you want to leave the FICON room for a while. The committee has the right to refuse you to rejoin if you leave the FICON room for too long. While following the FICON, you must keep the camera on and the microphone must be muted except for those that will ask questions or responses after being invited by the moderator. If you have any question for the speaker, please use the chat feature in the Zoom conference. You can also submit a question via this chat, and then for the speaker to answer after the session. And then you may raise your hand also and turn on your microphone and ask them out loud or use the chat feature in the Zoom. And then you can also you can also submit the question via the chat feature. The presentation will span 35 up to 40 minutes for the speaker, and then it continues to question and answer session. However, we will hold most questions until the end of the session, and I will then read question out loud for the speakers to answer as the time permits. Ladies and gentlemen, let me read a while for Dr. Faridah's CV before she starts the presentation. Let me share the screen first. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, can you see the screen that I shared here?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, this is the curriculum vitae of TS Dr. Faridah Hanim Yahya, work address, Department of Educational Studies, Faculty of Human Development, and then, and then this is the emails. So everybody, Bapak Ibu, ladies and gentlemen, if you have more questions, and then if you have more information about the topic, maybe you can check, or maybe you can ask directly if the time is not, time is over, things like that. And then specialization, educational technology, instructional design, problem-based learning, and then multimedia interactive, and then mathematics education, Web 2.0, and then blended learning, and etc. And then now we come to the academic qualification. For academic qualification, PhD in Information Science, UKM, 2009, Master of Information Technology, UKM, 2003, Bachelor's Science, Statistics, and then University of Southwestern Louisiana, USA, 1987, Diploma in Education, 1990, Advanced Diploma in Creative Content Development, Department of Skill Development, Putrajaya, Malaysia, and then 2015, Advanced Diploma in Vocational Training Manager, VTM, and then Department of Skill Development, Putrajaya, Malaysia, and then 2017, Technologies Professional Information and Computing Technology, or IT, 2020. And this is the professional qualification and certification and memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 5 here. Member of Mobile Learning Association of Malaysia, member of Malaysian Editors Association, and then member National Union of Teaching Profession, or in NUTP, member of Malaysian Educational Technology Association, or META, and then member Association for Educational Communication and Technology, AECT. That's all about the CV for Dr. Faridah. Now, please welcome Dr. Faridah Hanim Yahya, the paper entitled Effects of Visual Learning, Geometric Kits, or VLGeo-Kits on students' level of geometrical thinking. Dr. Faridah, you have 35 up to 40 minutes for the presentation. Yeah, you may start. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Lulus. All right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Okay, let me share my screen first.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Can everybody see my screen? Can anybody respond? Okay, thank you.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Okay. Before I start, I would like to express my gratitude to the committee members for inviting me. This is the second time I involved in a conference with Universitas PGRI Madiun. I went to Madiun, Universitas PGRI Madiun in 2019 for a conference there. I presented as keynote speaker and I gave general lecture to the students. There is something about using screencast video in teaching and learning. Okay, so those who are here, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Faridah Hanim. I am a senior lecturer from Universiti Pendidikan Sultan Idris. Okay, right. So this is my project. Actually, I won a few awards because of this project, and then my article also accepted in the newspaper and as well as journals about this intervention. So okay, I would like to share with all of you what kind of intervention that I use and what is my intention, right, to use this in teaching and learning for mathematics education, right? Okay, first, why geometry? Okay, as you all know, geometry is one of the fields in mathematics that stresses on visualization skills, and most of the concepts are learned using diagrams and shapes, right? And another point is spatial ability. Okay, is quite similar with what Professor Tori just now mentioned. He mentioned about spatial. I forgot it already. It's about spatial reasoning. So my study is about spatial ability, the ability to visualize the 3D objects. All right. Okay. So that is why I would like to know why students, especially the weak students, are having problems in learning geometry. Especially when referring to a report from TIMS. TIMS stand for Trend in Mathematics and Science Study. Malaysia's Ministry of Education had been involved in this study since 2007. And then the latest report is until 2019 is the latest report showed that for geometry, the student scores were below the average international score. Yeah? So the average international score is 500 points. So this showed that students are having problems in learning geometry. Okay, why? What are the problems? Okay, this is based on my literature review. There are two main problems. First, low level of geometrical thinking. Second, low visual spatial skills. As mentioned in NCTM, National Council Teacher Mathematics, 2000, year 2000. Okay, so let me begin with explaining what does it mean by level of geometrical thinking. Okay, so which is known as VHGT. This level of geometrical thinking is related to Van Healy model of thinking that consists of 5 levels. So the first level is visualization, where the students are able to recognize shapes of the object. Okay, after that, they move to the second level, which is called analysis level, where the student can identify the properties of the shapes. Okay, next they move to the third level, which is called informal deductive level, where student can combine shapes and properties of the object. So next they move to the fourth level, which is formal deductive level, where they can produce proof with formal argument concerning the properties of the object. And the last level, which is rigor, is actually deals with axiom. So as you can see, the lowest level is visualization, and the student will move to the next level while learning the concept of geometry. Okay, so according to teams, students fail to do so. Okay, so right, I would like to share with you from a literature review. According to Crowley, Crowley mentioned that the 5th level rigor is not suitable for students in secondary school as it requires high level of thinking. So my study focused only for 4 levels of thinking, starting from visualization until formal level. Level 4. Okay, Crowley also suggested for each level, teachers should provide learning materials to assist students to move to the next level. Okay, so this is very alarming. So because previous studies that we conducted, we meaning the researchers from Malaysia, from the local university, showed that majority of the secondary school students were in the 1st level only, including the high achievers. Okay, so this is very alarming because, okay, on the contrary, they should be at least at 4th level, which is formal deductive level, level 4. So meaning, this shows that we as educators should do something, should find a learning strategy, how to increase students' level of geometrical thinking. Okay, I would like to mention a bit about visual spatial skills, right? Okay, visual spatial skills or VSS, according to USISKIN, it has 4 main elements. First is to rotate, the ability to rotate the object mentally. Second, to view, ability to view the object from different angles mentally. Third is to transform, meaning the ability to transform from 3D to 2D or vice versa. And then the last element is to cut, the ability to cut the surface of the object mentally. So if the students can do it, meaning they have very high VSS, which help them to learn any 3D concepts of geometry. All right, so how to embed this in teaching and learning process? Okay, just now I mentioned about the 4 level of geometrical thinking, and then VSS, visual spatial skills. So how to embed this in T&L, teaching and learning? Okay, so because of this, we embed Van Healy learning phase in the module. Okay, this Van Healy learning phase consists of 5 phases. The first one is information, where student will be provided some information about the learning objective and the level of Van Healy geometrical thinking, or VHGT, right? Second phase is guided orientation, okay, where student will be introduced the concept of geometry. In this case, in my study, I'm focusing about the orthogonal projection of the 3D objects. All right, and then the third phase, explicitation, is where the student express what they have learned from the first and second phases. Okay, that's free orientation phase, where students are free to choose any digital objects given in the exercise. Meaning, I provided the student with digital objects, and then they have to complete the task given to them, okay, in the module, yeah? Right, and then the last phase is integration, is where the student will conclude what they have learned after completing the exercise. Okay, so we move on to the problems in learning 3D. So I chose 3D because later on I will explain to you the rationale of my study. But before that, now we are concentrating on problems in learning 3D. Okay, so weak students have problem in rotating and transforming 3D object in their minds, right? They are unable to think, to visualize, okay, the solid objects in their minds, right? So why 3D is important? Okay, meaning what is the rationale of my study? So topic 3D geometry is related to students' life and their future careers, right? And the most important thing is this topic the prerequisite for their entrance at university level for technical and science field. Okay, so we have to motivate them to learn 3D geometry, and it involves VSS, visual spatial skills. The skill is very important to prepare them for their future careers, right? Okay, so okay, I chose one topic in mathematics. This mathematics Form 3 is a topic in a secondary school in Malaysia, plants and elevations, right? So what are the problems in this topic? There are two problems. The first one is incorrectly drawing the orthogonal projections for the object. Okay, second, unable to draw dash line for any hidden lines in the object. Okay, they have to know when to draw solid lines and when to draw dash lines. Okay, this is the report from Malaysian Examination Syndicate year 2010. Okay, because of that, we have to find ways to assist students to visualize. Okay, how? What are the learning strategy which is suitable for them to visualize the property of the geometry? Okay, so according to literature review, there are some techniques for visualization such as paper folding, concrete manipulative materials, digital pen, video, and computer applications. Okay, computer applications such as using software, apps, and so forth. So in my study, I chose 3. Concrete manipulative material using 3D blocks, video using screencast video, computer application using a 3D software, which is called SketchUp Make. All right. So we propose a strategy, a learning strategy, which is called VLGeo-Kits. V is visual, L learning, Geo is geometry, Kits. Okay, as you can see from here, we have a module and then 3D blocks, excuse me. Okay, and then a pen drive for any digital files. Okay. So VLGeo-Kits consists of module, 3D blocks, screencast video, and a software, SketchUp Make. Right. So, okay, this is the flow chart of VLGeo-Kits. So as you can see, we have to cover 2 learning objectives here. And then in the module, we provide with 8 activities. And then they have to hands-on to the blocks, using the blocks, arrange the blocks so that they can see is there any hidden lines, how to draw the plants and side elevations and front elevations. And we provide them with video, screencast video, so that they know how to hands-on to the software, how to use the tools in the software. Okay. So this module is based on Van Healy learning phases that I had already explained just now, right? Okay, so the module, right? Okay, so as I had mentioned earlier, there are 2 objectives for the module. First is to draw the orthogonal projection. Second is to draw plan and elevations for the object. The purpose of having this module is to guide students to integrate 3 things. First, 3D blocks. Second, screencast video. Third is the 3D software, which is called SketchUp Make. All right, so 3D blocks. Okay, there is okay, this is the blocks that I use in my study. Okay, so there is a video that I would like to share. Can you hear the sound?
Not yet.
Huh? Can you hear the sound or not?
Not yet.
Oh.
We cannot hear.
Okay. Okay, so I will explain later what does it mean by that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the video just now showed that the blocks, the 3D blocks, which are made from transparent materials, which is called acrylic perspex, which allows students to view any hidden lines in the object. Then they will be able to learn how to draw plans and elevations for the blocks. Okay, so they will determine when to draw solid lines and dashed lines. Okay, so this is very important, right? The solid lines represent the lines that can be seen from a specific direction, while dashed lines represent any hidden lines in the object. Right, so I move to the next one, screencast video. What does it mean by screencast video and why I chose this technique to be embedded in the video? Right, so I would like to use geometry software, the digital geometry software, DGS, which is called a SketchUp Make. But students are having problem in using the software. They do not remember all the steps in using the tools. They are not familiar with any new software. Okay, so teachers also are having problems in teaching the student with different ICT skills, right? Some can finish faster than other students, and weak students were discouraged to use the software because they feel that they're being left out, right? So because of that, okay, so we propose screencast technique. What is screencast technique? Is a technique where we use a special software to record all the movement on the computer screens. Okay, so this tool in the 3D software can be recorded as video tutorial using special software. In my study, I use Camtasia Studio 7. Okay, and then we combine screencast with SketchUp Make. SketchUp Make is the 3D software. Also, I would like to share a video. Okay, hopefully you can see. Can you see the video?
Yes, we can see it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. From the video, I would like to share with you. Actually, we train the students to hands-on to the software, so that every time they have to solve the problem, they will rotate the object in their minds. They try to view the object from different angles in their mind. they are able to transform from 3D to 2D in their minds, and they will be able to cut the surface of the selected the selected surface of the object mentally. Okay, that is the purpose of having this video, right? Okay, so next, what is the purpose of the study? Okay, so actually the purpose of the study is to assess if VLGeo-Kits effectively develop level of Van Healy geometrical thinking. And then to answer one research question, is there a significant difference between the level of VGHD of students before and after learning using VLGeo-Kits? Right, so I would like to share with you the methodology of the study. Right, so the duration is 5 weeks using quasi-experimental design approach that involve a single group with pre and post data collection, involve 5 high achiever students. As I mentioned earlier, high achiever students also are having low VGHD. Okay, and so I chose one secondary school in Malaysia. So my respondents, 29 female and 25 males. So pre-test was conducted before the intervention, and post-data collection was carried out after the student attended the activities that were developed in the module. So I used VHGT test to find out whether there is a significant difference before and after the intervention. Right, so I would like to share with you the findings. Pre-post test on level of VHGT, as shown in table 1, there is a positive development of VHGT level, whereby after learning using VLGeo-Kits, there were no longer students at D level 1. As you can see, for the post test 0 for level 1, and majority belongs to level 3. Which represent 59.26% of the students, while the most favorable outcome is that 6 of them were at level 4. Okay, so using Wilcoxon test, table 2 shows that all the students were in the positive rank, 22%, that means the student of VHGT level, after learning using VLGeo-Kits is higher than prior. Right, okay, so table 3 showed the outcome of Wilcoxon sign test. Okay, as you can see, the value of Z obtained is negative 5.982 with P is less than 0.5 with median score for pre equal to 1 and post equal to 3. And this confirms that there is a significant difference before and after in students' VHGT level after using VLGeo-Kits. Right. So, okay, so this is my conclusion, right? So, the combination of screencast video and DGS digital geometry software actually had succeeded in elevating the level of thinking among students in learning geometry. As DGS students will help them to visualize the properties of the objects, right? They can see the edges, they can see the numbers of normal lines, they can view angles from different positions, and they know how to, they can see the transformation from 3D to 2D, okay, and they can decide how or when to draw solid lines or dash lines for plants and elevation. Okay, so besides that, we embed Van Healy learning phases in the module for students to actually to help students to express their opinions, whether they they understand the concept of orthogonal lines and how to draw plans and elevations. Okay, so the combination of concrete manipulative objects, meaning the 3D objects, screencast video and dynamic software as a mode of learning should be embedded in current curriculums of mathematics in secondary school for topic plans and elevations. And this is my suggestion to the Ministry of Education. They should introduce proper training and workshop to teachers in order to integrate teaching mode in their lessons. And they also should provide students with learning facilities required to assist students in learning using technology. Right. Okay. So I have one picture here with all the students from Universitas PGRI Madiun in 2019. Right. Okay. So we won a gold medal for ICETECH last year. And then I did research in a few schools in Malaysia. And on the top left is our former VC, Vice Chancellor. Okay, so he selected my project for an exhibition in my university. Okay, so that's all. I open to any Q&A. Any questions?
Yep. Well, thank you for the excellent presentation, Dr. Faridah. This is very interesting for me since I myself know very bit about mathematics, especially geometry. Okay, now we come to the question and answer session. Everybody, Bapak Ibu, ladies and gentlemen, since no one, type the question on the chat, so I welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to raise your hand or maybe have interaction directly to Dr. Faridah to ask some question related with this wonderful research. I invite Bapak Ibu, ladies and gentlemen, to have some question for Dr. Faridah.
You can ask in bahasa Indonesia also.
Iya.
Alright.
Okay, Bapak Ibu.
Ada apa-apa soalan?
Yeah, so, if I see from the picture that you show us lately, Dr. Faridah, that you have been in Universitas PGRI before, right? I think that's in the primary education major, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just try to stimulate some information maybe that help Bapak Ibu or ladies and gentlemen to give you some question. You know, in Indonesian, especially in the primary education, we have the lesson, the so-called is thematic. Bu Faridah, have you ever heard about that thing?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, thematic that is integrated some major things like Bahasa Indonesia, and then mathematics, and then other subject. I mean, so can you give us more information? How can we apply this thing? I mean, the VL geometry things like this one into the material of thematic.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Lulus. All right. So thematic. Okay. I was invited by one of the department in my faculty. We have early childhood department. So their main interest is how to educate early childhood using thematic. So actually, technology helps a lot. Technology is an enabler, so it's up to us, educators, to choose any tools that can assist in their case children, okay, to learn concepts. So thematic is actually an approach. We can use tools as a supportive tools to support them, to enhance children's performance in learning. Okay, to answer your question, geometry learning kits actually is combination of VLGeo-Kits is a combination of non-digital and digital technologies as proposed by Misha and Koheller. Okay, this Misha and Koheller 2005 proposed one model which is called TPEC model, technology, pedagogy, and content knowledge model. So according to that model, actually technology can be imparted in education, but some people misuse the concept of technology. Technology, according to them, must be digital, but according to Misha and Koheller, technology is a combination of two forms of technology. That means standard technology and digital technology. Standard technology means any technology, anything that the teachers use in class for teaching. For example, whiteboard, chalk, book, marker pen, something like that. Okay, and digital technologies is of course the application using computer as a medium. Right, so I took that idea. I tried to actually integrate non-digital and digital technologies. Just now during keynote speaker, I messaged to Prof. Lowry. Okay, so I asked him, okay, how are you sure which one? What is the difference? Sorry, between spatial reasoning and logical reasoning that he mentioned in his project, which one is more challenging to students, to children? Okay, in our case, to our students at university level. So he answered me by saying, you have to create a good intervention. So I hope I answered Dr. Lulus' question about that. So it doesn't matter whether you use thematic or inquiry-based learning or project-based learning or problem-based learning. So the most important thing is you provide your student with a good intervention. So every time I join innovation competition, I will propose to them a new intervention. I try to find ways how technology can actually enhance learning. Technology is an enabler. So it's up to us. If we misuse the technology, it will cause harm to us. Right. Do I answer your question or not?
Yes.
Okay,
very informative. I think I get a lot of information, especially what you said is very interesting, especially about how to manage our class, how to use technology inserting in our class. And one thing that I remember also from what you said that you got from Professor Lowry that the most important part when we want to make our class successful, things like that, that is having intervention, right, Dr. Faridah?
Yes, so I would like to add a little more, can I? Okay, so I received a few comments from the teachers. They asked me, Dr. Faridah, now during the pandemic, we cannot use any 3D models in our teaching because we have to use online teaching platform, online teaching and learning platform. So how are we going to use your method? Because you propose digital and non-digital technologies. All right. So I answered their question. So I told them, so when you use online platform, like it or not, you have to digitalize all your technologies. All right, like it or not. So let's say the student, some students do not prefer to have that. You have. I remember one of my lecturer, my supervisor, when I did my PhD, told me, sometimes you have to throw technologies to them. So like it or not, they have to grab that technologies. So what happened when I studied during pandemic time, how to digitalize technologies. So I have 3D blocks. So what I did is I applied augmented reality. So using augmented reality, I make a video. So I integrate mobile-based learning in my learning strategy. So I give to the teachers, use your mobile, ask the student to use mobile phone, any telephone, any mobile phone, and then they have to scan. I already prepared them. When they scan, okay, so the AR is a technology whereby you will provide superimpose to images or videos. So when they scan using their handset, using the mobile phone, okay, they will see the video on how to arrange the 3D blocks, how to draw the 3D blocks, and then how to use that in their teaching and learning. All right. That is something new, the latest one in my research. So actually, Alhamdulillah, during pandemic, actually we have plus minus in our life, right? we gain something and we lose something also.
Yes, yes.
Right. Okay. Ada apa-apa nak tanya?
Iya. Bapak Ibu, ladies and gentlemen, I again invite you to have some question, discussion here with Ibu Dr. Faridah. Ibu Dia. Ibu Dia ini, ya. Waalaikumsalam.
Ya.
Ya, silakan.
Assalamualaikum Bu Lulus dan Bu Faridah.
Ya, Pak Edi.
Bahasa Indonesia ya. Ya.
Oke. Apa-apa, boleh, silakan.
Ya, monggo silakan Pak Edi.
Baik. Ya, terima kasih Bu Lulus dan Bu Faridah. Menarik sekali dari pembahasan Bu Faridah tentang spatial thinking tadi ya Bu ya. Jadi memang spatial thinking untuk di bidang matematika itu kan sangat luas cakupannya begitu. Nah, saya pernah membaca dan sempat juga meneliti terkait dengan spatial thinking. Nah, tinjauan saya dari gender, Ibu. Jadi, saya membandingkan antara spatial thinking laki-laki dan perempuan. Nah, dari beberapa hasil penelitian yang saya lakukan, tidak hanya sekali, yang saya temukan, perempuan itu lebih cenderung banyak sulit begitu ya, sulit untuk membayangkan dalam bidang 3 dimensi. Tidak tahu kalau untuk ini ya Bu. Jadi yang saya temukan itu sulit sekali siswa perempuan itu membayangkan ketika ada soal 3 dimensi. Nah, mungkin dari Bu Faridah bisa memberikan saran bagaimana strategi apa yang bisa dilakukan untuk guru atau pemerhati pendidikan begitu supaya paling tidak antara laki-laki dan perempuan itu setara begitu Ibu untuk spatial thinking. Terima kasih Ibu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Terima kasih, soalan yang menarik sekali. Okey ya.
Bu Dr. Faridah, I'm sorry. Would you use mixed language?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right. I see we have other non-Indonesian.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay, so the question that had been asked to me about spatial abilities. Okay, before I elaborate more, so this spatial abilities is actually one of the multiple intelligence as suggested by Howard Gardner. So actually not all people have that skills, you know. So if our student big in geometry, definitely their level of spatial ability is low. So we have to help them. So according to my literature review, okay, we have to provide them with teaching materials. So that is what I did. I actually proposed to my faculty, I would like to implement 3D blocks in my project, but it's quite expensive. It's not like normal 3D blocks. So the material must be transparent, and then it's safe to be used in normal classroom, in schools. So my faculty spent a lot of money. They accepted my proposal, and then using acrylic perspex. Okay, so student will arrange the blocks according to the task in the module. In the module, I label, okay, you have to arrange the blocks. Find blocks number 1, 3, and 5. Arrange it according to the picture. Okay, so when they arrange it, then I will ask them to answer the next questions. What can you see from the top? Right, so and so on, and until they will be able to draw plants for the objects. Okay, meaning from the literature review says that we have to provide concrete manipulative objects to the student. And another literature review says that you have to encourage students to hands-on activities, to have hands-on activities such as using 3D software. Okay, so I found one good article by Usiskin saying that, Usiskin said that for 3D objects, to increase VSS, visual spatial skill, the student have to rotate the objects mentally in their minds. So how to do that? So I found another paper from Wahab and friends et al. Saying that, okay, there is a special software which is free. You can download from internet. The software is SketchUp Make. Okay, it is free, can be downloaded from internet, and then there is a tool which is called Orbit. So when the student click Orbit, the icon for Orbit, okay, automatic they can rotate the object. Right. So I found another paper saying that from Singh. Singh is a Korean author, saying that, okay, using SketchUp Make, they can cut the surface of the object. They select the object and then they cut it using section cut. The tool is called section cut. So when I went to school, I proposed to the students, and I'm having a hard time to do that because some students can finish early. Some of them, majority of them, raised up their hand and said, we forgot all the steps, how to do that. So because of that, I find a way how to teach a new software to weak students, right? So I hope by saying that, you can understand why my project, the last title is KIT, K-I-T-S, KITS. KITS is a combination of a lot of more than one things, right? It's not only the software, it's 3D block, concrete manipulative blocks, objects, and also screencast video. Right, do I answer your questions or not? Right, so because of that, I received Best Award 2019 during one exhibition, because I told them, okay, the software is free, so we have to utilize all the tools in the software. So, and then embed it in teaching and learning. Okay, so we have to actually find ways how to enhance students' learning in geometry, meaning how to help them to visualize something that cannot be seen when they refer to their textbook. Okay, so the textbook, the object is static. How are they supposed to rotate the object when they refer only to textbook? Right, so because of that, they gave me best award medal, for teaching and learning category. Okay, that motivates me to invent more about geometry. All right.
Thank you.
Adakah saya menjawab soalan?
Pak Edi, would you say something?
Yes, terima kasih.
Yeah, okay. So another topic, yes, my master student is doing now is polygon. Polygon is another topic where students found difficulties in the properties of the polygon, in learning the properties of the polygon. Right. Okay, so actually there's a lot more. I hope all of you, especially those who are doing mathematics, you can explore more in other topics in geometry. Right. Okay.
Okay. Bapak Ibu, ladies and gentlemen, any more question? This is one last question maybe for Bu Dr. Faridah. I invite you to give more question, ladies and gentlemen. Is there?
Oh, Dr. Wasila is here.
Wasila.
Wasila.
Wasila. Wait a minute. Ibu Wasila. Is there any Ibu Wasila here? No, I think Dr. Faridah. Yeah. This is because I'm very curious, Dr. Faridah. So I will give last question.
Okay.
Yeah. This is about, I'm interested in using tests. You said that, what is the so-called the test again, Dr. Faridah? VGH.
Van Healy Geometrical Thinking.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right. Can you explain to us what is it about actually? I mean, the characteristic or the content of the test itself. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. The question actually, the test I already explained in my paper. Okay. The test comprises of 25 multiple choice questions. So we have 4 levels of Van Healy, that I mentioned just now, starting from level 1 until level 5. So to proceed, each level will have 5 questions. To proceed to the next level, the student needs to score at least 3 out of 5 questions in one level. The score given for the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth level are 1 point, 3 points, 7 points, 15 points, and 31 points, respectively. Okay, so actually the it's very interesting. When I conducted this study, I noticed that in my country, in Malaysia, when the student learn, they refer to the textbook. The author of the textbook skip level 1, level 2, level 3. They go to level 4. So I found out that is why students are having problem in understanding the topics of geometry. For example, in topic plans and elevations, they did not mention the property of the 3D. They skip that part, which is level 1, level 2, and level 3 also. Okay, so they go to level 4 where they ask the student to solve the problem. They ask the student to prove the properties of the objects. So I already commented this. I sent my reports to the faculty saying that something must be done. So when teaching geometry, we should start from the first level, and then the student will proceed to the next level while learning the concept of geometry. Right. Okay.
Wow, that's very interesting. I mean, you have traced that thing about you found that some teachers or maybe some people jump from not started from level 1, right?
Yes. The reason for that, they said that the students have learned the properties of geometry since when they were in primary schools. But you see, weak students, they're still having problem with the properties, recognizing the properties of the 3D objects, even though they are now in secondary schools. So when they refer to the textbook, of course, they were not motivated to learn because high level. So I mentioned this when I presented my papers, not only in my university but other university as well. I said that something must be done. We have to help those weak students, and then we need more students to enroll technical fields, science fields in our university. So this is very alarming. No? This is we as educators, we have to do something. Right.
Wow, that's very incredible. Thank you again, Dr. Faridah, for having this very interesting discussion. And
thank you for inviting me.
My pleasure.
Right. Okay.
Yes. Bapak Ibu, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the session today. Thank you for attending the session. Thank you again, Bu Dr. Faridah Yahya. You have been providing us very informative and very wonderful research. And Bapak Ibu, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have learned much and enjoyed this presentation. And do not forget to join our panel session tomorrow starting at 8.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. I'll see you, Bapak Ibu, tomorrow.
Okay. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Foto bersama, Bu.
Oh iya, Ibu Dr. Faridah, mohon maaf.
Iya.
Foto bersama.
Oh.
Iya, sebentar saya minta tolong IT. Mas Amir, halo, bisa mendengar suara saya? Yes. Ya, on cam. Bapak Ibu, ladies and gentlemen, would you open your cam? We will have photo session for this room. Mas Amir, are you ready?
Okay.
Sudah, Mas Amir?
Sudah.
Yes. Thank you again, Bapak Ibu, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Dr. Faridah.
Yes. Hopefully I can get the photo, the picture.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you are welcome.